Key, you're gonna have to tone it down. Jeez. Where is Key? There it is.
Right here.
Hey, Key, I love you, brother. That was a fabulous message. Key aside makes coffee nervous. I'll tell you what. Now, on a personal note, two things. From my wife Sherry and I, from our heart, I want to tell you how much we felt your love and prayers all last year. We've truly felt it. We know the Lord was with us every step of the way. I want to report to you that Sherry's doing fine, cute as ever. She's 118 pounds, and she says, I love it. And she's got like 20 different wigs. I don't know who I'm going out with next. But we thank the Lord and thank you. Now, you saw me up here the other day with a guitar. Now, I want you to know, I started playing a guitar when I was going to Pepperdine years ago in Los Angeles, and I played with the guys, and we kind of played folk music. Well, a few years ago, I decided I want to get my guitar out and start playing it again. Well, I went to a local guitar shop in Grapevine, Texas, and I said, you got anybody to give lessons? They said, yeah, there's this guy named Paul, and I introduced myself, and Paul and I started playing the guitar together. He's an accomplished guitar player. He plays international flamenco, he plays classical. He's just a great guy. Well, along the way, we started talking, and I found out he was a realtor. So we got to talking, I shared Exit with him, and not only did he teach me the guitar, he bought 2 Exit franchises. What a blessing that was, and he still is in my life. All right. You saw look at the deal that says, Bob McKinnon, let's finish this thing. I've got a message that's very personal today, and I'm going to ask for the order. Because you see, our co-chairman, Tammy, is going to come up after me and get to talk about now's our time. And you know what? She is so right. She's inspired me to do that. Craig's talk yesterday inspired me to think in terms of, okay, if now is our time and we're prepared, why don't we just with great confidence and intent just walk through that door and let's make the next 3 years absolutely history-making. I want to tell you something, Kenny, Stacy, being in this room, I am watching history being made. History's been made not only in the size of this, but the energy of this and the commitment of this. This is truly breathtaking to me. And I want to tell you how proud I am. So I'm saying, okay, let's finish this thing. You see, she looks kind of mild-mannered, Tammy. She's always speaking in a mild-mannered way. She can get grumpy. Here's what I know. She's saying, when she gets up here in a moment and says, folks, now's our time, she really means that. You see, right here in Florida, 20 years ago, Tammy, Erica, Steve, Bill Nasby came down here and there wasn't a single Exit office in Florida. They came down here and drove at their own expense. She's having to borrow money. They're switching credit cards to find out which one worked. They're sharing one hotel suite, all of them, and they're out trying to find people to buy into Exit. You see, what happened there is that if this were a pond in North America, this is exactly the place they dropped the rock. And the pond sees this rippling across the country. This is where we started. Tammy and those early pioneers who came down here and knocked doors and sold and had 60 minutes with Exit, we owe them so much in that pioneering spirit. So Tammy, you've earned the right as our co-chairman to stand in front of us and say, now is our time. Now let me tell you what I mean. Tammy, thank you for your pioneering spirit there. she sees. She sees exit a mature 25-year-old company. She sees probably the finest leadership team ever put together in real estate. Now, I've been a part of several real estate teams, some historic ones. And I'm here to tell you on a personal note, the people I'm working with and the people we're talking about are absolutely exemplary. Not only as executives and thinkers and salespeople, they are exemplary in their heart and passion for this thing called exit. So our leadership is absolutely amazing. Then you come down here to Florida and all of the Southeast, and Kenny and Stacy, you're just lighting it up. And we are so in love with that. We all feel that energy. So, are we ready? Well, I guess now all the other models that are coming up, they're making it worse. All these new models, I'm not a lot worried about this. Because they're not bringing any clarity to the real estate business, they're bringing confusion. They're attacking the core of our industry. They're attacking our commissions, they're attacking our relationship with the client. They are attacking everything. I resent that, and I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna fight it with everything I've got, because traditional real estate is absolutely alive and well. Traditional real estate is continuing to double down on the old numbers strategy. More is better, not better is better. So here we've got 1.4 million realtors out there with a turnover every 4 years, 100%. Now somehow we keep putting up with that. I'm a part of a company that doesn't think that's very smart. I don't think that's loving. I don't think that's a way to run a business. Let's just keep throwing more bodies at it. There's a company that thinks differently, not more is better, better is better. Ever gone in a bookstore and say, where's the self-help section? Go into Barnes & Noble, say, where's the self-help section? They're gonna say, oh, it's right over there. Walk over there. You're gonna find hundreds of books. Walk back to the same girl and say, could you show me where the help others section is? We don't have one. What if there were a real estate company that not only had a self-help section, but as large as that, had a help others section bigger than all outdoors? You see, when I read Simon Sinek's book, The Infinite Game, I read it on a plane. Ted Bateman gave me the book, maybe at NAR, and I read it coming home. And my book has little notes out to the side, which I read Infinite Game, which I strongly recommend, and then I started writing notes in it. Let me show you some of the notes. What if, I wrote, what if there were a company that was really countercultural? A company that's truly unique. What if there was a company that was born with the intention of restoring brotherhood back into the real estate industry? What if there was a company with the simplest, most transparent, honest model? What if there were a company that had no vesting, no stock market pressure? What if there were a company that doesn't want to beat anybody? I don't want to beat anybody, but here's what I want to do. I want to enrich lives. What if there were a company whose focus is not on numbers, stock price, but human potential at every level? What if there was a company that did not strive to be number one, but have the most positive influence of the members and the public, our clients? What if there was a company totally unconcerned about stock prices, board of directors, manipulated valuation? What if that happened? It was only, as Lou Tai said yesterday, the only thing it had to do was the right thing. Wow. Well, I'm here to tell you, there is a company like that, and it is this company. We're in the room. We've chosen to be in the room. We are counterculture. You see, if this company is different, you know what that says? You're different. You're different. I'm different. I can play hardball. I can play money ball. I can play stock ball. I can play them all. I've done them. But here's what I'm most proud of. After all of this in my career, I'm playing people ball. I'm here to help this industry, you. You see, everybody that you see at International, everyone, you know what we think about? You know what we talk about? All the time. We meet, we talk, we plan, we strategize. But I can tell you what's in Craig's heart. He only has one thing. I only have one thing. Lori only has one thing. We are thinking about you. What can we do to bring a tool, to bring a help, to bring a message, to bring encouragement, to bring teaching to you? That's all we think about. And I want to guarantee you that's all we'll ever think about. You've got a leadership team that doesn't think about itself. I don't think I've ever heard Tammy say, you know, I want, I demand. I've never heard that. I've never heard that of Craig. What they say is, you know, what if there were a way we could help them do? Truly amazing. You see, if we finish this job, and the reason I'm bringing this message to Florida, because if we drop the rock in the pond here and it's spread out, this could be the place that we finish it. This could be the place where we tip exit for good. Where exit Realty takes its rightful position in real estate as a real, thoughtful player. This could be the place that we begin to where we start having the people. Do you know that we're only 6 markets away from being sold out in Tennessee? Can you imagine that? What happens when that's in Florida? What happens when that's in Texas? What happens when that's in Kentucky and Georgia? What happens there? You see, can it happen? Yes, it can happen. You see, I don't know what year it was that we were at a regional owners meeting, and you all know my history. We're part of the founding team of Century 21. We started in 1972. Well, someplace around 1981, we're at a regional owner. We had 27 regional owners in Century 21. The 27 of us were meeting at some regional owners meeting, and we were in a big rectangular table like always. They'd just given us a report on all of our franchise sales, production, number of agents, and it was trending up, and we were very proud of ourselves now. We've been going on about 9 years. We had about 6,000 franchises coast to coast. We were doing well. I remember standing up in the crown room of the Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, watching buses come up and bringing people from Japan and Australia and Mexico and the United States, 17,000 of them with gold coats on. You know what I said? I think this might work. Wow, this could catch on. But here's what this regional guy, he said, he's watching this, and really, he wasn't the guy I expected to say it, but he's watching this report, and he says, Craig, you know what? We could finish this thing. And we all kind of sat there for a minute and said, you know, tell us more. Look at these numbers. Look where we are. Look at the momentum. Look at what we have. We could finish this dadgum thing. And you know what, Tammy? When he said that, those words went in our heads as leaders, regional owners, and what do you think we believed? Just saying it, Stacy. Let's finish this thing. And all of a sudden we said, dude, we could put this company on the map. What a fabulous company we've created. Susan Hamlin says this about this company: I never recruit agents, I rescue them. I love that statement. Steve Morse says this: there's nothing more powerful than a great idea whose time has come. That's what Tammy is here to say. Our time has come. You see, once we tip this company, it's going to be easier in every category. Easier to recruit, easier to list, easier to prospect, easier. We're going to all make money. It's going to be easier. We just have to tip it. And once we tip it, and we don't even have to answer that question, what's this exit thing? They're going to know. Then by golly, it will feel fabulous. Dennis Prager says this, you know, we all have to decide what's more exciting, is to be the star or to play on an all-star team. You know what's true about this group, watching it? Can you be a star in this group and still be playing on an all-star team? You betcha. So what we're deciding, what I'm going to do today is say, if we decide to make this an all-star team, finish it, take it over the finish line, man, we are making history. We're going to change the complexion and attitude of real estate. This isn't a real estate company, I've said it 1,000 times. This is a movement. It's a movement of people with big hearts and big minds, with big ability to give, saying, join us. You see, what we're doing, Exit Realty has created this huge pile and pot of tools. We want you to reach into that pot and take all you need. Take all you need. And once you've taken it and you feel the strength of that, we want you to turn and give all you've got. Now that's a heck of a deal. Take all you want, then give all you got. Is that a winning mantra for a company? My word. Now we have two pathways to finish this thing. Pathway one is quite personal. Brian Buffini has said in his bold predictions, no matter what changes, what innovators, what people come to this real estate, he said the people who are going to win this long term are the people, the individuals that choose to be exceptional. Now just listen to that. The winners, no matter what happens, are going to be the people who choose to be exceptional. That's all we're asking you to do. So pathway one is very personal. It's about me. Do you have the right to expect of me, Bob McKinnon, to get better and stronger every year? Do you have the right to expect that? Do you think I want to let you down? You think what I'm going to do, even at my age, is to continue to attend, to think, to read, to practice, so that I'm writing a book now called The Highest and Best Use. That's a real estate term, right? I'm working on Bob to take Bob to its absolute highest and best use. And I think that that's my obligation to you. Now, therefore, if you have the right to expect that of me, do I have the right to expect that of you? I'm glad you said that. Yes. You see, the personal way we will win this and become an absolute leader in this industry is for each of us to take this very seriously. I'm going to go home and I'm going to bring out the very, very best in me. Let me give you a couple of ideas. I think you want to go home and explain to your family and your broker and your agencies and proclaim that I'm going to be the best I can and I want you to help me. I want you to go home and win the day in your town. I can't do that for you. Tammy can't do that. Steve cannot. We cannot come to your town in Lubbock, Texas and win the day. Who wins the day in Lubbock, Texas? You guys do. And you're doing one heck of a job of it. Just pounding it out. So, Yes, go home and win the day. You see, they're watching you. The whole real estate is watching you. Therefore, let's show them what we got. I intend to show everybody in my marketplace what I've got. And it's going to be good. I want you to do the same. I'd like you to go home and start, Lord, you can tell us more at another time, but NAR has now just redesigned and redone all of their designation programs. What if, as an individual, you go home tomorrow and say, I am going to get my CRB, my CRS, I'm going to get some letters behind my name. Because I've got to tell you something. Folks, this is a career. You're going to make a career out of it. I'm asking you, enroll in these courses. You're going to learn from them. You're going to be better. You're going to be more accredited. We want you to be a strong example of exit, and it works. If it's not working in your town, we're not working in your town. The biggest problem with teamwork is somebody on the team isn't working. Well, we got to stop that. And we got to, every one of us go back and put on the exit sweatshirt, loud and proud, and say, Dadgum, this is the best place on earth. So, you know what we need? We need you at your very best. We need you at your very best. And we need you to take this very, very seriously and get those designations. Shine in your, when somebody says, boy, I've got to deal with Bob, they're going to say, yes, he's good. Now, the second road to tipping this company is teamwork, working together. Let me tell you a fun little story, though, historically. It was back in 1986. In fact, all of you Texas realtors need to know that down at Texas A&M, at the university there, they have a real estate center, the Texas A&M Real Estate Center of Research. They study real estate like crazy. It's a great place. We ought to get together and all tour that thing, go together. But years ago, in fact, in 1986, I met the leader of it. His name was Abelson. And he said, we wanted to find out who realtors were. Where do you find them? So they put together this survey, sent it out to 6,000 realtors. Now, about a month after they got him back, I got to meet with Abelson personally and having dinner with him. And he said, look, Bob, I got to show this to you. I said, okay. And he says to me, look at this. The research showed, and this is long before DISC, we could tell him this now, that realtors, by rule, have very little formal education. He says, the average is just a little above high school, not quite a 2-year college degree. Now, this is 1986, that he tells us this, that our formal education was low. I said, well, I don't know a lot of PhDs. I don't know a lot of people with master's degree. Still don't know a lot of them. You see, why is that? We come out of school, we come out of jobs at any age, and we say, whoa, we find some place with an opportunity. He says, they've got very low organizational skills. Yep, it's been my opinion of them. He says this, they have very high social skills. I said, okay, they're all D's and I's. He said, and amazing, he said, they have an amazing bent toward money and achievement. He said, the highest group of achievement-oriented people I've ever seen. There's the D. And he was shocked by that. Not very much education, they're not organized. And then he came down and he said, they're very competitive. He said, and then he said, I really believe they'd kill each other for a plaque. I said, I think you're right. I've seen it happen. And then he says, these are some very independent people. And he said, when given a chance, they're pretty self-centered. I enjoyed that evening with Abelson, and I wish I could find that original report. Probably could if I called Texas Research Center, but didn't surprise me. I'd by that time been in real estate quite a while. And I was one. Now, what's so funny is, I'm standing up here as Bob, saying, okay, there's two ways to get there. You can get there by making yourself stronger, and the second way is, why don't we begin to work together as a team? Now, wait a minute. Patrick Lencioni says, humility is the single greatest indispensable attribute to a team player. I didn't see humility in that whole damn list, did you? Wait a minute. So Bob has asked us to work together, be a team. Yeah, I am. I mean, we've heard of herding cats. Here's what I know. If the cause is large enough and leadership asks you to join the team, I know you will. I know you will. We can't do this without you. At every level in this room, I'm here to tell you, we just cannot do it. What if we, however, every real estate meeting that we held, now listen to me because I'm going to ask you to do this. What if every real estate meeting in your community, from Board of Realtors, MLS breakfasts, continuing education classes, we show up as a team, all wearing our sweatshirt. I'll never forget the day in Los Angeles, Paul, where the largest board of realtors in the world at the time, 6,000 members in the early 70s. When we had enough people in Century 21, we literally got Century 21 sweatshirts, and 130 of us showed up at an MLS breakfast in the same sweatshirt. We got their attention. Instantly, Exit Realty was alive and well. I'm going to ask you, brokers, don't go to these meetings by yourself. I'm going to ask you, agents, come on, get up before 8. And let's get on our Exit sweatshirt or pin or whatever you want to wear. Let's go to these meetings together. Because it won't take many of those appearances before the marketplace starts saying, dude, now I'm sure you're doing that in Lubbock, Texas. I mean, you guys are showing up together. And they're saying, whoa, here comes the Exit family. You know, that's a simple thing to do. I want you to brand yourself at all times. I wear this Exit pin. I have the funniest scripts for this. Oh, I invented, you see those Exit signs all over? I'm the guy that invented that. People go, really? Yeah. You know, had a lot of fun with it. You know, why don't we join things like our local Chamber of Commerce? I still go to the Chamber of Commerce, Grapevine, and I suspect at the Grapevine Chamber, the luncheon every month, there's probably 200 business people there. I always go. I got my big sign, Bob McKinnon, Exit Realty, right on my sport coat. I love going to the local chamber. You know why? 20% of them are realtors. And I get to talk to them and have conversations. But I'm out there. We need you to do that. We need you to join the Rotary clubs, the Lions, the Kiwanis. We need you to start doing more fundraisers. You guys are knocking it out of the park with that. More than anything else, I'm going to tell you, everybody in this room, go home and join Women's Council of Real Estate. Every one of you. And then start showing up at those meetings in your Exit sweatshirt, and I'm telling you, everything about your company is going to change in your marketplace. Steve has asked us each one to get 3 this year. I've gotten 2. I'm working on one more in South Lake Mall. I'm going to get my 3. Why? Because I'm on the team. And Steve has asked me to do it. Bring the 3. Now, if Bob McKinnon is sitting here saying, I am taking that personally responsible, and I will get my 3. By the way, one of them, you know, Tammy, Deetra Offit. He just got in Boston. So I've got a great agent in Alabama, Joe Lehman. I got Deetra Offit in Boston. I'm loving the checks I'm getting. Got 3 last week. But you know what? More importantly, Steve has asked me to do it. And I'm a team guy. And I'm going to go get my 3, and I will report to you in an article before the end of the year the 3rd name. Why? Because I'm on this team. African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So, I'm asking you to get more powerful yourself, get better, get stronger. I'm asking you as a family, let's start looking for ways. I mean, I don't know, you started with, what, 3 people, Murdochs, out in Canton, Texas? You're up to 40. Little town of Canton, I don't know. I asked him, how many of the realtors do you have? He said, all of them I want. I said, what's your business strategy? He says, food and fun. He doesn't talk much. But boy, that guy's making us look good in Canton, Texas. You ought to go to Lubbock, Texas, and see that magnificent office. Town of 300,000 people, and there now, you're probably still number 2, or you're just barking. They just started 5 years ago with a little company. I was in the company. I watched that grow from 5 people to the massive, beautiful company that all over this region. You see, when we've got the strength of the brokers in this room, and we've got the number, we've got Exit Realty Gallery and the powerhouse of that fabulous company, we have got some, in fact, brokers just stand up. Let me see, all the brokers just stand right up. The strongest group of realtors, broker owners I have ever seen. This is second to none. Thank you. Absolutely powerful. I learn from you I go, my God. And my podcast, I'm going to do a little self-promotion here. LeadersPathPodcast.com. Go to leaderspathpodcast.com and listen to some of these exit stories. One of them that I did just recently was Jenny Van Ornum. Jenny Van Ornum is probably a perfect model of an exit person. Jenny Van Ornum is a very, very decorated salesperson, been in the business over 20 years. She was a top producer at Global Banker. She decided she wanted to open her own business. She told her title rep that. And the lady says, before you do that, you ought to talk to this exit broker, Mark and Cheryl White. You ought to talk to them before you do that. She said, are you kidding me? Now listen to that. She said, that's a goofy name. I would never work for a company like that. There's no way I would talk to Exit. She said, no, I'm serious. Go talk to Exit. Wait a minute, a serious, mature Global Banker agent. She goes over and meets with Mark and Cheryl. They tell her the exit story, the opportunity, the love. She felt it immediately. She's been there now 8, 9 years, Jenny has. She's brought in 17 people to exit. She's very, very close to those 17. She's put 2 of her children all the way through the University of Colorado. with the residual money she's made from it. But more than anything else, she'll tell you, my life has just been so enriched by that. Now that to me, go to my podcast and listen to Jenny Van Ornum's story. Because it will be a good office meeting for you all to listen to. But more than that, it's absolutely what I'm trying to do. So here's the deal. I am telling you that they could not be more correct when Tammy said, our time is now. The expectations laid out by Craig yesterday were very, very clear. The time is now, and here's what we're going to do together. The table is set. All is in place. All we got to do is dig deep and give it away. That's what it's about. And this is going to be, in my opinion, and I honor Bill Lasby all the time. I talk to Bill through various mediums. And I tell Bill how we're doing because he really wanted to see us finish this thing. So I'm telling Bill Lasby, I'm saying, Billy, I ain't quitting until we finish this. He says, okay, you sausage. I ain't quitting until we finish this. And I mean that. I'll retire when we finish it. Or Willie Nelson retires, one of the two. So here's the deal. Steve Morris created this thing, and it was good to see Steve on the video, looking spunky. Steve Morris says to us all, I've created something quite special. Nothing like it in real estate. We know that. We've bought in. We got the sweatshirt. And he said, it's pretty cool. And so Steve has got this thing, and he can't do a lot with this from Mississauga. He can only put together a great team of leaders and a great team of creative people. So here's what we want to do. I want Stacy and Kenny to come up on the stage with me. These two are the most powerful regional leadership directors we have. Nothing like them. Absolutely. This has been a historic occasion, this rally. We've all been here to share. Now the important thing is, I just ask every one of you, go home strengthened in every way. Go home, put on the sweatshirt, and win the day in your town. Because Steve Moore said, this is my baby, and he's handed it to them. Now here's what I know about that. I'm going to bet the whole Edinburgh farm on this. This cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. With you, with this, with everything we've got, it cannot be stopped. So what I want to do is I'm going to just have them step up, and I want you to stand, and I want you to tell them, yell out, you can count on me. Step up there, guys. What can they do? Just the heart of this company, and I thank you very much. Thank you.